Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. Is it good? Yeah. Like the first game, you play as Luigi and your main objective is to capture ghosts. The game doesn't take place in one mansion, but rather 5 different locations, not all of which I would call mansions. The different areas are great and help to keep the game feel fresh, as each area was so unique. They're also filled with gold and collectibles to find. Finding a certain amount of gold gives you upgrades to your equipment, which give a great sense of progression, and give me a good excuse to vacuum every nook and cranny in each level. You're given each mission by Professor E. Gadd. He's a likeable character, but he calls you non-stop throughout the game, and for the most part, he doesn't actually add anything that you don't already know. Sometimes it feels like you can't take 2 steps without him calling, which got annoying very fast. Throughout the levels, you'll find ghosts. There was a huge variety of ghost types, each needed to be approached differently. Unfortunately for me, the controls felt near impossible to learn. On default, you either turn left or right from Luigi's perspective, as if you're looking through his eyes. This would often feel wrong, as you would have to press right to go left whenever he's looking towards you. The game does have lots of control options, but each has their own drawbacks, like the option to change it so Luigi turns whichever way you turn the analog stick. This felt much better, but you lose the functionality to be able to aim up and down with the analog stick. To do so, you have to take your finger off the analog stick and use one of the face buttons, or rely on motion controls. Each area ends with a boss fight, but for the most part these were a letdown, as they were far too easy and or just boring. There's even a boss fight where I had to climb what felt like 100 set of stairs. You have to choose 1 out of 3 flights of stairs. 1 will let you climb it, the other 2 will send you back to the bottom, having to start again. It was luck based where I got it right, which was annoying, and it must have taken about 20 minutes to get to the top. The worst part was, once I got to the top, the boss fight took a little over 1 minute, which was very disappointing. The game has lots of environmental puzzles to solve in order to get from A to B. Nothing was too hard, and I never felt like the puzzles were repeating themselves. They were great fun, and always kept me on my toes. While I said there's 5 different areas to explore, you do repeat the same mission, just in different areas. You'll do an initial explore of the area, followed by finding and escorting a missing toadstool. Then you'll need to find a ghost dog that will steal a vital item from you, and then there'll be a boss fight and repeat. The same mission loop did get a bit repetitive. The game looks very impressive and the frame rate was very smooth. The only issue I had graphically was sometimes items and characters, and I'm not speaking about the ghosts, would often clip through stuff that they shouldn't have. The soundtrack was great, but I'd say it felt more magical rather than paranormal, but this isn't a bad thing. That was Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, and I give it a 6 out of 10.